Look, I see 4 men walking around in the fire unharmed. He shows up in our fires. In Daniel 3, King Nebuchadnezzar set up a gold statue, and he decreed that every person in the kingdom should bow down in worship of this idol. 3 Hebrew boys disobeyed the decree, and as a result, they were thrown into a blazing furnace. The fire was too hot that the soldiers who threw them in were killed by it. To the king's amazement, the 3 men that had been thrown into the fire were not alone. He asked his advisors, "Weren't there 3 men that we tied up and threw into the fire?" They replied, "Certainly, Your Majesty." Then the king said, "Look, I see 4 men walking around in the fire unbound and unharmed, and the form of the 4th is like the Son of God." Then Nebuchadnezzar came as close as he could to the door of the flaming furnace and shouted, "Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, servants of the Most High God, come out, come here." So Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego stepped out of the fire. Then the high officers, officials, governors, and advisors crowded around them and saw that the fire had not touched them. Not a hair on their heads was singed, and their clothing was not scorched. They didn't even smell of smoke. Wow, what a story. Our God surely shows up in our fires. Isaiah 43 says, "When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. When you pass through rivers, they will not sweep over you. When you walk through the fire, you will not be burnt. The flames will not set you ablaze, for I am the Lord your God." The promise above is more than just an assurance to make us feel good. It is a fact we can bank on, a declaration of what God can and is willing to do for us. In Isaiah 43, God doesn't promise to take us out of the storms and the fires in our lives, but He promises to show up in them. And this is a fact we can bank on because He did it for Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Our God surely shows up in our fires.